This is my discussion slash review for 911 Season 6, Episode 13, titled Mixed Feelings. And honestly, I had mixed feelings. Let's talk about it.
Live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings, I'm a big fight.
If I'm being honest, I had some mixed feelings as well about this episode. A lot of parts were hit or miss for me, but the parts that did hit were absolutely wonderful. Let's talk about those, and then I'll talk about the parts that it was a miss for me. Now, the parts that hit for me was Rain Man Buck. Oh my gosh. The fact that Buck can do math now in his head instantly like that because of his traumatic event with the lightning and him being dead. Like, okay, we know that that's a possibility. You know, there's been people that had, traumatic injuries or devastating injuries, and they woke up from a coma or whatever, and they were able to play classical music, and they never knew anything about a piano. Like, so it's very possible, but I like the fact that everybody's so shocked that it's Buck. Like, Buck can do math. That part I really did enjoy, and the fact of seeing him kind of use that throughout the entire episode, and hopefully it sticks around a little bit. They don't have to make note of it every episode, but I like to have a nice little callback before it kind of just disappears. But it was fun this episode, and the fact that Eddie took him to play poker somewhere with a bunch of other firefighters and captains and stuff like that, and they're not playing for money. They were playing for, they probably could have got some money, but that's gambling, so they probably wasn't playing for money. But Buck walked away with stakes, porterhouses at that. So let's keep it 100, man. Like, Rain Man Buck was 100% wonderful this episode, and the instance where he was on the cases and helping Christopher with his homework, fantastic for me. That was one of the parts that I really felt like it hit this episode. Another aspect would be, I guess this one case in particular. Well, two cases. That'd be Maddie's case with her weird estranged neighbor lady that came up out of nowhere that was checking out her house because she wanted to get coupons that she mailed to herself because she's on parole, but she'd done it before and she just got out of jail, and she mailed it to that house because it was supposed to be an abandoned house. But whatever. Anyway, that part, it hit for me only because it was very reminiscent of a movie called Queen Pins with Kristen Bell, where like that was their whole thing, coupon scamming, and it was kind of nostalgic for me because like I loved that movie, and it was funny, and that kind of brought that back, and her coming to Maddie's house and then stealing her mail, and they caught her all on camera. I mean, she was stuffing her pocket. Like I said, it was only a couple parts that hit, and a lot of the rest of the episode missed for me. But those two parts, and then the whole Denny aspect. Now, the rest of it was more funny and everything like that. But the whole Denny aspect, I feel like that's where it kind of shifted the episode and was a little bit more serious. And I enjoyed that part because we knew that Denny was meeting with his father. We knew, but they never knew. He and Karen, they never really knew what Denny was doing, but they could tell that there was a change in him, and they figured it out once he ended up at the hospital with his dad. Now, Denny kind of laid into him about it, and then, they kind of had to give it right back to him because, at the end of the day, he did lie to them. But I love the fact that after he talked to her mom and then Denny talked to his grandma, like everybody kind of got like a realization about what was going on in that moment, because Denny's at the age, he's preteen, right? Denny's preteen, right? And he's at that age where he wants to know his father. He wants to have a father figure in his life, and not to take away from the fact that he loved both of his moms. It's just the fact that he wants that father figure in his life. And the dude is legitimately happy to have Denny in his life, and him and Denny are both clicking. But we know that, he made a deal with Hen and Karen, and he was supposed to stay away and everything, and he done the deal, but then he kind of, I don't want to say he backed on him because Denny came looking for him, but he never mentioned that to Hen and Karen. So the fact that he kept going along with it and kept, letting Denny do this and keep it a secret from his moms, that's what kind of came back to bite him. But I love the fact that, at the ending of the episode, we see a nice resolution, and even though Hen and Karen are both still kind of upset and angry, they agreed to let him be a part of Denny's life and let Denny, see him and kind of continue their relationship. But it's going to be a little bit guarded, and he's going to have to earn his trust back that they had, because now he lost it because he kept it a secret. But I feel like that was one of the parts that I really did enjoy, and I think that's one of the parts that really hit for me. The rest of the episode, like I said, I do love 911. The OG is great, man. But like I said, season 6 it's been a little up and down for me because this episode again, yet everything was kind of broken up in different places. But like I said, it was a lot of misses for me this episode. But there was some parts that I did enjoy. It's just I see that it's going in a different direction, and I can see that they maybe kind of want to capture some of that same essence that 911 Lone Star has with the joke aspect. But Lone Star started with a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like there was the seriousness about it, and there's serious moments within the show, but like that was its thing from the very beginning. 911 came in serious and dramatic and hardcore, and now they're trying to divert. There's nothing wrong with that, but stick to what you know, and then just sprinkle some of the stuff in. Like some of the cases this episode were funny cases, you know, like the couple the couple that's trying to explore their sexuality. You know, they're trying to expand on it, if you will. And you know, that lady had that one instance where, you know, but you know, like that. And then, you know, with the coupon lady, there were, in Buck being Rain Man, like there were comedy aspects, and I could have been fine with those if we had one or two and then we kind of just focused on the serious stuff. I'm not mad because I still love 911, but it's trying to captivate the same thing that Lone Star done. And like I said, Lone Star came in as a little bit of a joke, but when Lone Star does its jokes, they hit. And when it's time for a serious moment, Lone Star has its serious moments. And I feel like with the original is we'll get our serious moments, but then they throw jokes in the wrench of our serious moment, unless it's just too serious. Like I feel like I'm saying serious a lot. I'm starting to lose the word, but it feels like they kind of, I guess you can say kind of like strangers on a train, if you will. Like they keep kind of passing each other. You know what I'm saying? Like one episode we'll do great, it'll be a great, fantastic episode, and then we get an episode like this where it's 50-50 for me, man. You know, it's like there were moments that I can pick out that I did enjoy, and then there were moments that, well, okay, well, it was a decent episode. But the Denny aspect, I really did enjoy this time, and I feel like I'm glad that the secret's out and it came to a head, and I can't wait to see how that's going to go forward with him and his dad and both of his moms and their whole ordeal. It's a weird thing, but I can't wait to see how they expand on that. Overall, like I said, hit or misses, but that was one part that I did enjoy about this episode. It's really incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe. Peace out.
I cannot complain because today, I'm doing my thing.